Coming up, we will update you on the great things happening with our schools, tell you about our new legislation, and let you know what's going on in and around town. All that and more on North Shore News.
Covering your news and events from all over the North Shore, this is North Shore News on PATV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Marquez, and welcome to North Shore News. Electrical grid updates expected to last until early next year began last month in Great Neck Plaza and Great Neck Estates. During this time, contractors from PSEG Long Island will be replacing existing electrical wires, installing new and more durable poles, updating switching equipment, and transferring main line wires underground behind select properties, all in an effort to improve the reliability of the local energy grid and reduce the number of customers affected by an outage. Former Great Neck Park Commissioner and longtime resident Ruth Tamarin died last month after battling cancer for many years. Tamarin served as the park commissioner for over a decade. Notable accomplishments under her tenure include the expansion of Parkwood Pool and Stepping Stone Park, and the establishment of an ADA-compliant playground at the Village Green Park. Her involvement in the community extended beyond the parks, as Tamarin was also a co-founder of Focus, a Great Neck-based nonprofit geared at helping people with disabilities. Tamarin was 83 when she passed. The Village of Great Neck Plaza passed a new law earlier this month to limit the number of extensions a construction project can receive, and implement new incentives to ensure timely completion. Under the new law, the 2-year standard term for a construction permit remains, but the number of extensions that can be granted is limited to 2. Should a project require more time, the developer would have to appear before the Board of Trustees and provide a written explanation of why the project is behind. The law also increases the cost of the variable fee from $12 per $1,000 of estimated costs to $18. Village officials hope that this law will decrease the impact construction projects have on the community by mitigating traffic disruptions and unwanted dust. Northwell Health was recognized as the first system to be honored with the Network of Excellence in Robotic Surgery designation from the Surgical Review Corporation, the leading administrator of quality improvement and accreditation programs for surgeons and hospitals worldwide. Northwell Health surgeons use state-of-the-art robotics to perform surgeries across numerous specialties, allowing to get a closer, more detailed view of the surgical site. This technology also benefits patients as the precision and accuracy of their procedures are improved. Patients also experience smaller incisions, less pain, a decreased risk of infection, and a much faster recovery period. Cohen Children's Medical Center has teamed up with the Long Island Coalition Against Bullying, an organization aimed at creating bully-free communities through education, increased awareness, and therapeutic outlets to help adolescents affected by bullying. Victims of bullying who are treated at Cohen Children's or any Northwell Health facility will have access to resources like subsidized therapy and counseling and personal development programs aimed at building self-esteem. The Long Island Transgender Advocacy Coalition hosted its 5th rally earlier this month in Mineola to advocate for Nassau County transgender rights. Currently, Nassau County's human rights law protects people with 15 defined statuses, none of which are gender identity. At the rally, Nassau County legislator Arnold Drucker announced that he has refiled legislation to amend the law to do so. Advocates are also pushing for the Gender Expression and Non-Discrimination Act, also known as GENDA, to be passed in New York State. Over 100 people attended the rally. New York State Senate passed a bill earlier this week proposed by Senator Elaine Phillips that requires the state education department to review specific school districts' teaching guidelines and compliance with existing state law that requires students to be given age-appropriate instruction on the Holocaust. The bill would also allow the state education commissioner to take any necessary action to ensure school districts are providing this education to its students and keeping the Holocaust at the forefront of education. The state education commissioner would also be responsible for sharing findings with the governor and legislature to inform all stakeholders of the statewide district's aptitude for teaching this type of curriculum. Great Neck North High students Chloe Hayden and Shira Gula staged a walkout to protest gun violence last month in the wake of the Parkland, Florida shooting that occurred in February. Roughly 60 students left their afternoon classes and walked to the Village Green Park, where they stayed until the final bell. The students were joined by adult activists, including Paul Gutenberg of Comac, the uncle of 14-year-old Jamie Gutenberg, who was a victim of the Parkland shooting, and elected officials and local police. This was the third student-run protest in Great Neck since the tragedy. Julia Kim, a senior at Paul D. Schreiber High School in Port Washington, is the recipient of the National Merit John M. Stalkner Memorial Scholarship, which is awarded to one student in the entire country. The 4-year scholarship is granted annually to a student pursuing a career in science or mathematics. Kim will attend Carnegie Mellon University in Pittsburgh this fall, likely majoring in neuroscience. 7 North Shore students were recipients of National Merit Scholarships this year. David Yao and Esther Zhu from Great Neck South High, Nicole Garcia, Nicholas Ryan, and Brian Yang of Herrick's High School, and Andrew Batteria and Walter Stackler from Manhasset High School were named among the 3,500 winners. The scholarships provide $500 to $2,000 annually for up to 4 years of undergraduate education. Great Neck North and Great Neck South high schools were both ranked in the top 1% of the nation's best high schools in U.S. News and World Report's annual list, which was released on May 9th. Of the more than 28,800 high schools evaluated, Great Neck South ranked as number 195 and Great Neck North ranked as number 273. Both Great Neck schools are gold medal recipients, a designation awarded to only the top 500 schools in the entire country. The report also included high schools ranking by state. South High ranked as number 29, and North High was ranked as number 34 among schools in New York State. Great Neck North High School's table tennis club ended its 2017-2018 season on a happy note, with a championship win in the Greater New York High School Table Tennis League. The round-robin style tournament took place at the Harvest Collegiate High School in New York City, where for the first time, Long Island high schools competed in head-to-head matches against each other. Kelly Liang, Timothy Lee, Kenneth Lee, Victor Chen, Kelvin Zhao, and Kelvin Lee helped secure North High's first place title. And that's all the news for now. Let's take a look at some upcoming events. The American Sailing Association offers certification for beginner and advanced boating, competitive sailing training for children through the age of 17, and fun family-oriented classes designated to motivate people to get out on the water. The program is open to 16 and older or to families with children ages 8 to 18. Classes begin June 25th. For more information, go to asa.com. The Port Washington Farmers Market, hosted by nonprofit Grassroots Environmental Education, opens for its 16th season on Saturday, June 9th on the town dock in Port Washington. The market is the only one in New York State that features primarily organic fruits, vegetables, and other foods and products from local farms. The market is open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturdays. Residents are encouraged to follow the market on Facebook to read announcements, including notices of fresh strawberries, apples, and other seasonal items. For more information, call 516-883-0887. A new convention is in town, CradleCon, Long Island's newest comic, collectible, and pop culture convention. The event is set to take place on Saturday, June 23rd from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and on Sunday, June 24th from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Cradle of Aviation Museum and Education Center. Attendees have the opportunity to meet and greet their favorite comic book creators, hunt for rare books and toys, and of course, cosplay. For more information about the event, call 516-572-4111 or go to cradlecon.com or cradleofaviation.org. And that's all the news for now. For more information about North Shore News or to see this episode again, you can visit us at www.patv.org or like us on Facebook. For North Shore News, I'm Amanda Marquez, and thanks for watching.